A very warm welcome to each one of you all present here today. I'm Assistant Professor Aditi Kapoor, Commerce Department from Thakur College of Science and Commerce, and I'm here to take you on a very special journey of brands, branding, and most importantly, brand positioning. What exactly is a brand? Why are we seeing so many brands around us today? What is a branding process? And most importantly, how important or how impactful is brand positioning into your branding process? Is what we are going to be seeing today and learning about. The word brand is derived from the Old Norse brander, meaning to burn, which refers to the practice of producers burning their mark or brand onto their products. Why is it done? To create the distinguishing factor for your products as against its competitors. In ancient times, in order to identify the owner of the livestock, cattle breeders used hot ironing. They used to push that into the skin of the cattle in order to identify the owner of the cattle and differentiate it from others. That burnt mark onto the cattle's skin helped them to easily recognize their own cattle. According to American Marketing Association, a brand is name, term, sign, symbol, or design, or a combination of them intended to identify the goods and services of one seller or group of sellers and to differentiate them from those of competition. Branding came into existence with the specific reason to create the distinguishing element for the brands. Today, every brand is a product which is having an identity created for itself with the help of the attributes, the values that it stands for. Through a particular strategy, marketing communication takes place, and all this is based on a strong brand positioning. Let's understand a little more in detail. When we are talking about brands all around us, right from the time we wake up till the time we end the day, we are exposed to a number of brands, whether it's McDonald's, whether it's FedEx, whether it's as simple as a YouTube or any of your social media sites. Burger King and McDonald's have become the name of the game today. Every brand and every product that we see around us helps us to not only be aware about what product opportunities or options we have in every category, but also helps us simple making it for us to choose a particular product in a particular category. Whether we talk about LG, whether we talk about FedEx, whether we talk about Skype, whether we talk about Burger King, each one are a strong brand in themselves. We are not only seeing them and using them, but we also land up referring them to our near and dear ones. How are these brands becoming strong brands is on the basis of the brand positioning that is given to them by each and every company today. Today, it's no more about just having products into the market. It's about creating personalities into the market of your products or services or ideas. This is formulated on the basis of a strong brand positioning. What exactly is this brand positioning? Brand positioning can be defined as the positioning strategy of the brand with the goal to create a unique impression in the minds of the customers and at the marketplace. It creates a distinctive position, not only in the minds of the consumer, but also a good place into the market. Brand positioning has to be desirable, specific, clear, and distinctive in nature from the rest of the competitors in the market to make sure that we have our own identity into the market, and that's when our sales figures will soar. Effective brand positioning enables a firm's brand to be readily distinguishable from competing brands in the marketplace. Distinguishing the brand from other brands, its competitors, can be in terms of associated brand attributes, benefits to users, and or the market segmentation emphasis, among other factors. Effective brand positioning further emphasizes elements of superiority along one or more distinguishing dimensions which are valued by the consumers. A consumer's perception helps us to not only be made aware into the market, consumers also make the choice in our favor when it comes to buying the product. How are we going to know exactly where we stand in the market is with the help of plotting onto our brand positioning matrix. How is this brand matrix created? It works on two parameters. Whatever products, whichever category we want exposed onto the matrix. These matrices help us to understand the exact position of the brand into the market. Whether it is a most highly priced product, whether it is high in quality, whether it is low in quality, low in price. These kind of matrices are going to help us to know the exact position of our product into the market, where it stands and where we want to take them is also the understanding that a graphical representation gives us of our brand positioning. Now, how do we create this brand positioning in the first place? You need to identify the current standing of your product. Where exactly it stands into the market will help us identify what is the kind of personality that it already holds. Identify the direct competition. The minute you know who exactly is your direct competition, you will be able to assess whether you have a strong personality created into the market, into the minds of the consumer or not. Understanding the standing of the competitor brands will give us an understanding of where we want to be. And that is why it formulates an important step into the brand positioning process. Identifying the uniqueness of our company. What exactly makes us different from our competitors? Developing the unique selling proposition are two very important points into the process of your brand positioning. The minute we understand what is the unique point of the company and what exactly is our USP, we will be able to formulate the messaging statements very easily and very effectively for our product to be a success into the market. Our brand positioning as a process has its own importance levels. What exactly is the importance of brand positioning is what we are going to be studying further on. Market differentiation creation. The minute we talk about brand positioning, it helps us for our product to stand out from the clutter, what is already existing. The unique and creative brand positioning not only clears the clutter from the market, but also gives the factor of differentiation to the brand as compared to its direct and indirect competitors. The next important aspect is justifying the pricing strategy. Whenever a particular product is standing for quality and a high pricing, the pricing can be very easily justified on the basis of what personality we create for our product. Another benefit of brand positioning. When we are talking about the pricing of the products offered by the brand, if it is high, owing to the features, the quality of and the class of the product that it belongs to, the brand positioning is formulated in such a way that showcases the factors of quality and class. The pricing part gets automatically justified in the minds of the customers. The minute they know that the personality is strong, it will stand for quality, it will stand for a little higher pricing maybe. The same is applicable for products that are reasonable and affordable in nature, and the positioning strategy is planned and executed accordingly. When we talk about the importance levels, the third most important aspect for your brand positioning is your competitive advantage that it gives you. A strong brand positioning, tactfully and strategically done, highlights the core values, strengths, attributes, selling propositions of the brand, and enjoys the facet of competitive advantage as against its competitors. Markets make sure that the brand is made more and more creative today. The competitors, which are already existing in your category, are already formulating highly creative brands in the market. And brand positioning helps us to make our brand more and more creative. There are quite many brands in the market offering similar lines of products and services in the same category. Now, when I know my target audience is also going to be the same, features are relatively same, but it is the brand positioning that makes one brand different and unique from the other. If the brand is able to come up with the innovative and novel positioning strategy and execution, the brand is adorned with the tag of the creative brand. A good brand positioning helps your customers to resonate with the values and concepts of brand and helps them to associate with it on a deeper level. This further on also creates brand loyalty among them. Immensely important when we are talking about brand retention and brand recall values of your product. There are 8 types of brand positioning strategies that we can go in for. The very first being value-based brand positioning. As the name suggests, value-based positioning has 2 approaches and both are based very much dependent on the quality of the product. They use a psychological approach which exploits the belief that more expensive something is, the better it is. This increases the value in the minds of the customer, and the product is positioned as expensive and useful and good quality product. Alternatively, you can also position your brand as providing high quality and high value priced products or services. It is essential in value positioning that the company should first establish the values of the product in the market for themselves to be sold. An excellent example of a strategy would be Southwest Airlines, which are offering affordable flights to people along with free check in luggage. Thereby, Southwest Airlines established its value in the minds of the customer. We also have companies like Land Rover and Duracell who work on value based brand positioning. Moving ahead, the next type of brand positioning is quality based brand positioning. When we talk about value based brand positioning, it is the value that can be derived by the customer, and quality based brand positioning is an important parameter which is talking specifically on the quality of the product in itself. Although it can be combined with other strategies and positioned easily, every business in the market nowadays is trying to establish quality and its commitment to maintain it. This is a unique way to distinguish your product because every product has its own quality that it stands for, the unique selling proposition that we spoke about. As you can see on the screen as well, every brand, commonly known brand for us, whether it is Apple, whether it is Coca-Cola, whether it is Harley-Davidson, different categories the brands belong to, but each one standing very categorically for its own recognition, creating a distinct image in the minds of the consumer for themselves. Going ahead, we speak about competitor-based positioning. Based on what your competitor has made their own image in the market is what we are going to base our positioning as. Since the competition has increased, companies are taking the strategy to demonstrate high levels of changes that are taking place in the market today. When we speak about any two products which are competing in the same category, we are talking about creating quality products, having similar features, and now going for competitor-based positioning. When we speak about one of the most common examples that comes to mind is of iPhone X and Samsung. In 2017, iPhone X was launched with a notch in the mobile for the first time in the industry that became a distinguishing factor onto the phone device. Samsung mocked Apple by creating an ad in which a person stands in line to buy new Apple iPhone, while a person who just switched from Apple to Samsung is depicted to be happier because he didn't have to stand in the lines. He got his product well in a proper, comfortable way. This was an indirect reference to Apple and its new phone while mocking its shortcomings. It is not just speaking about the features mocking. Here, we mainly spoke about how difficult it is whenever there is a new product launched by Apple and how difficult it is to get your hands on it. Samsung used this opportunity to target it and create its own competitor-based positioning. There are n number of other examples that come to mind, whether it is Google Pixel launch, which came in with your night sight, or whether it is Samsung. Each one created its own identity just on the basis of its competitor-based positioning. Now, moving ahead, we have the fourth strategy, which is benefit positioning. Working with the benefits of the attributes and communicating those benefits to the customer has been name of the game today, followed by many brands. The strategy highlights the benefits of the product or service to the customers and make sure that the consumer is aware about the benefits. Dove is an example which uses benefit positioning and today is a premium soap in the market of skincare. It has positioned itself as a soft skin solution provider which customer can use on a day-to-day basis to get rid of dry and harsh skin problems. While other kinds of soaps focus on whitening and reducing the like how you're talking about even your toothpaste brands like Sensodyne, which goes through it, bad breath coming in, or maybe in terms of having unclean teeth. What Sensodyne focused on was medical aspects of oral hygiene, which is a unique benefit in the market of oral care, and that has helped them to stand out as well. Whether we talk about Dove, whether we talk about Sensodyne, Each one came in with its own benefits, and that helped them to position themselves very, very strongly. The next we come on to is problem and solution positioning. This too was very strongly done by Sensodyne. How? Problem and solution positioning, as the name suggests, is the positioning done on the basis of a problem exists and my product is a solution for it. I'm going to be making sure the consumer is aware that whatever problem you're talking about, my product acts as a solution and helps you solve your problem completely. Many brands present themselves as a solution provider, and that's what Sensodyne did. You have sensitive gums or teeth issue, Sensodyne is your solution. And that's exactly how Sensodyne won the maximum market share into the toothpaste bracket, which is medical toothpastes. Okay. Next comes in is your price positioning. As much as quality plays an important role in the product success, price is an equally important factor which determines the enormity of success of a particular brand. Why is there are expensive brand positioning themselves as unique and niche? The appeal to a very limited segment of customers who can afford to purchase them. There still remains a major bulk order chunk of customers who are not able to purchase those nice products or services. It is to appeal to these customers that price positioning is done by many brands. One such example of price positioning is AirAsia, which is the South Asian airline service whose operations are based in Malaysia. The airline has successfully positioned itself as an economic service appealing to the middle class and lower middle class and making foreign tours possible for them. AirAsia has become one of the most sought after airlines for economic travel. While they may compromise on the quality sometimes, the fact still remains that they are seen as the first choice by every first-time flight travelers who cannot afford to travel by a luxury brand like American Airlines. When we talk about economic travel, we are referring to AirAsia completely. It is one of the names of the airlines which is synonymous with good product flight travelers can take in. The next we get on to is a celebrity-driven positioning. Using celebrities as a spokesperson to endorse a particular category of product is a very, very popular way, and it has been since a very long time. The aim of celebrity-driven positioning is to get attention of people and increase your brand positioning into the market. The recognition comes very easily since you're associating with a known celebrity. The celebrity's personality becomes your product extension, and that's exactly helps us to drive our sales volumes to the highest. This association of celebrity with the brand inspires many buyers who follow the celebrity to buy the same brand and make them feel psychologically associated with the celebrity. It is in alignment that the consumers get into where celebrity endorsements are concerned, and that's what helps convince them for developing a trust into our product. The eighth brand positioning strategy is leader-based positioning. Now here, mind us, when we're talking about leader-based positioning, this is done only by the leaders in that particular category. However, caution should be kept in mind that whenever you talk about leader-based positioning, your leadership position can be replaced by another product. Now, in that case, you will need to go ahead for repositioning yourself, since you will no more remain the leader in that particular category. Very few companies have opted for this route, since to declare a market leader, you would require your brand to be the best and unique in the market. Many companies start with this positioning, but as competition increases, they fall out and the strategy needs to be revamped or repositioned. The best examples of long-term leadership-based positioning are done by Facebook. In the segment of social media, Facebook is unique in terms of the services it provides and has the greatest number of users associated with it. Why there are other players like Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, none of the services overlaps in the category of services provided by Facebook, while Facebook, on the other hand, provides part services that all of these provide to the consumers. With recent acquiring of Instagram and WhatsApp, Facebook has become the unrivaled leader in the industry of social media. When we're talking about leadership positions, even companies which are holding products like Vanish, they are sole existing products into their own categories. They can for sure go in for leadership based positioning, which creates and helps them to generate maximum revenues through their sales and distribution services. Thank you. And I'm going to see you with more such concepts in near future.